Hi there, and welcome to another episode here on the Kyle High Club. Today I've got a very special guest, as per usual, and he's a recurring guest. Anthony, welcome back for the third time on the Kyle High Club podcast.
Thank you, my man. I mean, the conversations that we've had both on these podcasts and in person is just, we just for perspective for listeners, that we just kind of went through a lot of profound thoughts and thought exercises today, and we just felt it was necessary to kind of climb online
and just share it.
And just share it because, there's a lot of things that a lot of people go through that are similar.
And, we both have recently, we're very good friends for those of you listening for the very first time. We are very good high school buddies, and we've spent most of our years together. And recently, both of us has gone through an extremely tough time mentally, and it's taken physical toll on it as well. And we do realize the impact that we have on each other as friends, and the friendship that we have to just try and help each other up the stairs of life every now and then. Every now and then, we all need a boost. And to carry each other, and I feel like we've really been carrying each other through this really tough times, a lot more than usual, because we don't always share this type of stuff with each other. And I think recently it's happened so often that we really needed to be there to help each other through these tough times.
Yeah, tough times are a part of life, and you and I are very lucky that we have each other to be able to, help each other through life like this, because a lot of people don't have these very close friendships that are necessary. But yeah, I mean, as we chatted about earlier, before the podcast, we're talking about, as we go through life, we pick up these characters that we have.
But where it boils down to is, okay, just take yourself in the most darkest of your darkest inner feeling, right? And I think where this happens is you think, I am a fraud at first, right? Because now I feel I'm a certain way that I am with you. I'm a certain way that I am with my parents. I'm a certain way that I am with different people. And I am this complete different person by myself. And it feels like there's just immense amount of pressure from the world, and you can't really be out there, to a point where I can feel like, I can't function in normal society, because if the world has to see me, this almost sounds like an Irish song, because I don't want the world to see me.
You see them playing it in the rain.
Yeah, and we were literally talking about this in the rain today as well. I don't feel like I told you today, I can't function in the world if I have to show my true self, because I feel like I feel too much.
Yeah. And
that if I have to show my true self to the world, I'm just going to look like a pathetic piece of shit.
And we're all scared of that, because, it's a tough world out there, man. And life is hard, and it has its ups and downs, and it's difficult for us to be open with everyone about these hardcore feelings that we have, and it's difficult to want to show that to the world, because you're scared of it being rejected, or it being made fun of, or it being people see less of you because you feel a certain way, or you do a certain thing. But what we've kind of established through our discussions, and I think it's so important for people to understand this. It feels that they have this central character that's the sad and desperate one. That is just one of your many characters that you have.
And for years I've been thinking to myself, every single one of those characters are not me. It's just little faces I put up, little masks I put up, because I'm the center of these characters, and I have to fit in here. Then I put on this mask. I have to fit in there. I have to put on this mask. And then when you get by yourself, I'm not half of these people, Yeah. I have to literally fake myself around these people just so I can have a good day. Because if I have to tell people how I really feel. Imagine if I have to walk out there into the world, and when someone's like, "Hi, are you?" It's like, you know what? I'm not having a fucking good day. Thank you very much for asking. And firstly, I don't actually feel like I want to talk to you right now or tell you how my day was, because I don't feel like you have the emotional capacity to value what I'm trying to tell you right now. So I'm just going to say, good.
Good.
Yeah. No, I'm having a great day. Thank you. Just to avoid that conversation and
totally
spare you guys that effort.
I totally get you. I mean, we, to a degree, we all as humans kind of do that. Like we all do it. I mean, sometimes I get downstairs. I live in an apartment building, and sometimes I go downstairs and I don't really fucking feel like being super friendly. I just don't. But you do it.
Yeah.
But you do it, and I think we're because we all have this side of ourselves where we think we're frauds in certain ways. Kyle calls it the Sergeant Sabotage.
Yeah.
It's a great name. Line up, maggots. We're gonna get depressed now.
We're gonna get sad. Polish your boots. We're gonna take a depressing march.
Drop and give me depression. But it's I know that there's a lot of people that feel this way, and I'm not going to say the majority because I don't know, but I think a lot of us feel that our true selves are the anxious, anxiety-fueled, depressed, sad characters that we are.
But here's the thing, right? So here's the thing. I spend my day around people whether I like it or not, okay?
Yeah.
So here's where my thing normally came from, where I felt like a fraud. Like, do I have to oversell? I don't have to. I can just say hi politely. Or I can just say hello, or wave at people, shake their hands, nod appropriately. You have met me. What do?
You oversell.
I oversell. Why? That person is going to have a pleasant experience with me, number one. The second time this person will meet me, it's going to be pleasant again. And that way, if I spend my time in public, I know it's going to at least be pleasant, whether if I have to reflect my true self, hear me out.
Yeah.
If I have to reflect my true self between inverted commas, and I'm sad and I'm not having a good day, and that reflects into the world, and everyone around me is going to be like, oh, there's that guy. Oh, he doesn't really talk to people, and people avoid me, right?
Yeah.
So that is why I decided, and this is a personal choice, that's why I feel like the fraud in the first time. I oversell, but when I know I'm in public, I'm at least having a great time. I'm having an adventure, but I know that's not who I am. And then when I try to show myself to people like, this is me, it's like, no, man, I know you for years and years. You've never been this sad, depressing person because you've always oversold yourself.
No, you were always this bubbly, over-the-top guy.
And now when you're trying to show yourself, you even look like a fraud to other people because they've known you, they don't know you like this for years. And hearing someone really near and dear for years and years say that out loud, that puts a hectic weight on my self-image when I'm by myself. It's like, why do I have to oversell this? Is this really necessary?
And, also, you've also got the mental, queries in your head about, like, if I'm overselling this, is that a reflection of how much I feel the opposite way most times?
Yeah, like a tipping scale.
Yeah. For me personally, and I know, some people are different, I struggle in the selling. You see what I mean? Like, where I struggle is when I'm feeling a certain way, it will reflect. Like, I struggle going into public and not having my expression on my face of how I feel. But the downside to that is when I go and interact with people, I don't make the next person happy if I don't feel happy. And that's my downside. And you see, I feel the opposite way.
Yeah.
I feel like, why can't I just have the ability to be able to kind of mask my pain when I have it?
I got you.
But I mean, don't get me wrong, when I'm in a great mood, which is most of the time, I will make a conscious effort to reflect it. Not obviously to a degree that, you know, people like yourself do, but my downfall is the fact that I can't go and just hide what I feel. And sometimes it does rub off on people.
Yeah.
And that sucks, because that makes me feel worse.
But I also respect that a lot more, because you are actually a lot more open with your emotions, because
I can't hide it.
Exactly.
No.
And that's why I feel like sometimes, do I have to oversell it? Why can't I just not hide it when I don't need to hide it, and show it when I do need to show it?
Yeah.
You know, why do I constantly need to oversell? You know, I think it's okay to let people know there is this side of you, there's this side of you, and not be that one constant. I mean, dude, we literally said this to each other the other day, and by that I actually realized I am one of those. We are both irritated who's always overly happy, and we said we don't trust that.
Oh yes, we had that conversation. There's something eerie, and I'm sure the listeners will understand. We've all seen it before. There's something eerie about watching this guy that's permanently in this ecstatic good mood. Because what the hell are the odds that that's how you actually are? You know what I mean? There's always something eerie about that.
Now, here is the thing.
Good to you if you're happy, but damn.
Here's the thing. Remember when we told each other today, there's two sides of a story.
Yeah, always.
To some people, I am that guy. Just think about this.
Damn.
You see me on my day-to-day basis, and you know I've shared my own personal stuff. I am that guy to some people.
Damn.
Think about it.
Sure.
You've seen me interact with 90%, and I'm always that in public, correct?
Always.
Always. I am that to someone. Literally.
That's crazy to think about. Because you think about your own, I think about myself as well.
Right?
Damn.
We're both annoyed by it, and we're like, there's something up with it. And we actually know there's something up with it, because we are those people indirectly.
Yeah. No, that's
Now
true.
you understand. Now we're irritated by those people. We're actually irritated by other people who's bearing the same crosses as we are.
That's true.
How ironic.
How ironic. And that's that's crazy, because I mean, I have encountered obviously many individuals in my life wherever I go, and as we all do, but man, I've had some rude waiters, I've had rude barmen, I've had rude people in the street, and you know, they'll be rude to me, and I think like, oh, why the fuck are you gonna be such a rude person?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, maybe that person is going through something really heavy like I've gone through, and that person also just doesn't have the ability to hide it.
Or get this, you know, I respect people who can be rude and angry.
Yeah.
And, you know,
It's
be
definitely one of my masks.
No, but those people,
Angry, grumpy guy.
angry, rude, and say what's on their mind, I respect that, because they are not hiding behind the overly overselling. They don't oversell, they are just them. Why can't I be that?
What I think you and I've gotten to, which was a very important point, and you know, we'll talk about the metaphors and stuff now, but like what we've established is that emotional person that finds himself in dark spots and feeling, you know, whatever you need to feel, that's not the inner core of you. It's not your nucleus. It's just another character.
It's not your nucleus.
It's not your nucleus.
Yeah.
It's just another one of the electrons floating around.
Yeah.
The wholeness that is you.
Yeah.
And I mean,
yeah. No. I wanted to say that I was standing on the beach, and we were standing watching the waves crash on the beach, and it was rainy, and as Anthony was looking over to me, because I told him in my own personal capacity, I don't feel like there's a version of myself that can survive in society. And I think what Anthony wanted to tell me with regards to it's not your nucleus, we realized we're all believed to think that we are wearing different masks. But when you realize it's not a mask and it's a hat, you know, people can still see your face, people can still see who you are regardless of what your own perception are. People still see you every day. You're just wearing that overly positive hat today. And you're wearing that overly sad or angry hat in another day. And we should stop thinking about it like it is a character. it's all part. It is actually essentially it is your nucleus.
But what I was trying to say is that the sad version of you.
Yeah, it's not your entire.
It's not the nucleus, because your nucleus is the neutral person.
Yeah.
It's the values that you have. It's the morals that you have. It's the age you are. It's your body. It's your health. That's you.
You're basically your emotional skeleton.
But your emotional, and the characters that you put on are the hats.
Yeah.
They're the hats. But I think that's very important to understand that, because I think a lot of people feel like how you feel, where you feel that, like you were saying about the masks, that I am the sad person, and when I go and see people, I put on a different mask. And then at the end of the day, I take that mask off, but I'm still the sad person.
Yes, that's how you've been seeing it the whole time, yeah.
But it's not that. It is, if I go out, I'm now going to be in public, I'm going to put on cheery me hat, because I feel that if I go into a shop,
it's survival mode,
and I make people smile, that'll make me feel better, and it does. It does. I can see what it does for you, and it will, even myself, when I go out and I go talk to a barista, because that's 90% of where I go when I go to places. I'll try and I'll practice just being like really friendly and nice. It's win, lose or draw. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's just not what it meant to be. But what I'm trying to say is that when you get home by yourself, I mean, what better place to put on your emotional hat or hoodie, as we said, emo hoodie. Maybe if you're feeling really dark today, you'll put the beanie on as well.
Yeah, the beanie and a hoodie.
A striped beanie with a skull on the side.
Exactly, with your fingerless gloves.
What's it? Amnesty Affliction in the background.
Oh, wow. But still, I think...
like there's cancer in my blood. It's like there's water in my lungs. Sitting on the couch. But that's the thing. Like, we also spoke about when those moments are. Because, I mean, the thing is, like, it's difficult to be that character or have that hat on when you're around other people. Because not only don't they understand what it's all about, even the people that are the closest to you cannot fathom what is actually processing in your head.
Here's one thing that is actually popping up right now is just because you wear that hat the longest out of all of your hats doesn't mean that is your nucleus. Because I think we wear that hat for so long because you spend actually most of your time by yourself and alone. Yeah. And in these times, and you constantly wear that beanie and hoodie. Yeah. Now you believe that is me. Yeah. Just because the duration of that hat on your head is there often, but that's still not you. I mean, if you go hiking, let's say you hike every single day and you wear a hiking hat, you aren't a hiker. You hike frequently, but you are Anthony. Like you said, with that skeleton, your age this and this and this and this. I think we believe this is who I am, this is me, but that's why you feel like it's a mask, because you've been wearing that hat for most of the time.
Yeah. But, and what the important lesson out of all of this is that us as human beings, especially like us being social creatures and just how we are as a species, like it is impossible for us to just have a single hat and wear that one hat throughout life. It's very rare, but it's important to be able to understand that you are those multiple people. You are those multiple personalities. You are the person that has this collection of hats because you pick it up over life. Yeah. Because let's be honest.
Wow, that's beautiful.
You pick them up over life. Like I can tell you one thing. Nothing is fucking heavier than a heartbreak hat.
You literally start your life as a baby without hats.
Nothing. And then slowly you pick up one. Now sometimes you throw a hat away.
Exactly.
Because it's necessary to throw it away.
But you don't have the concept of the hat as a child. And as you grow up and you go through different places and you walk different routes. Yeah. On every single route in life there is a different hat. Yeah. And so you pick them up.
Damn. And some of them are really heavy. I mean, my God, death, loss, heartbreak, and those really heavy ones, they're the tough ones. They're the heavy ass helmet kind of vibes. Yeah. Uncomfortable spiky crown, that kind of thing. but they're necessary.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, I trust human beings that pick up these hats, understand they have them. Not obviously, not everyone knows the hat fucking metaphor now, but but
Yeah.
understand that, you know, these things are, you can't avoid picking these hats up. They're going to come.
Yeah.
And some of them are unfair.
Yeah, and some of them are just
Some of them-
dealt with you.
Some of them are unfair, but the important lesson out of all of this is that you don't wear a single hat all the time.
I think here's one thing where I feel most of this stem from, right? Like, I think I've picked up too many hats in my life, almost, right?
Okay.
And so, you know, from a young age, nothing has been constant. I haven't had a constant since day one, okay? There was always up and down here and there. I've had no constant. And I kept moving forward, and the constants keeps... and as soon as I've got some sort of stability, either myself would cause it, or life would cause something to happen, and then I go a different route. And these roots have changed so many times. This branch of mine, this tree's branches keeps branching out. I struggle to keep track where the original hat was, for instance. And the thing is, you know, recently this is how preposterous it sounds if you say it out loud. Literally, within a year ago, I quit a job just to move cross country, to come preserve my sanity, because that's what I felt my sanity would deserve, is to surround myself with something completely different. Beautiful views, you know.
Just that view has saved my life.
And now I decide halfway through that, I personally decide, you know what? I'm going to move again. And that's when I decided, you know what, perhaps I'll be happier abroad. Now I'm leaving all of that behind. Within like 8 months' time, I decide, fuck this, I'm going to go try something else. That doesn't pan out. So now I cannot go abroad. So now a new hat has been dealt to me. And I'm sitting and I'm stressing. And now I need to move back exactly where where I was. And now I'm back where I was originally running from. Okay, it felt like I'm keep running from my fucking problems. That's what it feels like. Okay, so I keep running away from that. Now I'm back where I anyway was, you know, and now I'm trying to slingshot myself with the same journey. I started at the same place where I was running from originally, and I need to reinvent myself again.
And it's tiring reinventing yourself all the time.
And that's why I say I've got an idea for this, I've got an idea for this, I've got an idea for that. Where is my stability? Where am I going to find my stability? Anthony, I need to make a choice. And that choice is probably going to have to happen sometime soon. Right? Whether am I going to keep trying to pursue this carrot, or am I going to try and find that stability? Because here's the thing now that I'm realizing as I'm speaking it to you, why I'm so uncomfortable with every single hat I wear. I don't know where the original one is anymore. And that's why I feel like I'm wearing masks or I've got different characters. I need some sort of stability. At least try and wear one hat for longer than 6 months or a year.
You've just answered your question then.
I know.
I mean, you've literally just spelt it out there, that the next step is if you feel, because number one, your problems are going to follow you whether you're here or in the United States. Or anywhere in the world, it's going to follow you. It's
an endless cycle that's keep happening.
Because the thing that's haunting you is not outside, it's in you.
And right? So no matter where I am, I'm continuously gonna go try and find a new hat.
So then the recommendation is, because if you feel that you want, in order to find stability or find peace and stability, you need to be stable for a while, which means that when you come to the time period of when you feel the itch to kind of skip town, run again, or whatever you want to call it, don't. Dedicate to trying to maybe double that time.
Exactly.
Triple that time. I'm not saying don't jump on opportunities when they come. It means just whenever you feel that sense of urgency to be able to move, plan for staying longer. And that's when the duration and the stamina is going to have to come in, because you're going to have to do that to get that stability.
You know, someone asked me the other day, and do you know how sad this sounds to say out loud? And when I saw the person's face, they almost looked disgusted, you know? And I actually understand it. So hear me out. They asked a simple question. Where is home?
Sure. That's tough.
For me.
No, because I know you, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Where is home?
That's difficult.
Right?
That's a difficult one.
And I couldn't answer that. Because I come from one area. And I came back here when that was also in high school as well. I mean, I grew up in Pretoria, come to Cape Town during high school. After school, left Cape Town. You know, I haven't even spent a lot of time in Cape Town. Only my primary school life I spent somewhere else. I've been jumping from one place to another. And like you say, this branches has been ever branching.
When you came back here, you basically treated as if you were in a new city.
Right?
Yeah, you really did feel like you just moved here for the first time.
Exactly. And it was somewhere where I spent high school.
What a wild ride that was, jeez.
Exactly. So where is home?
That's the thing, eh? Like, it's difficult. I mean, even me, I'm feeling a little bit of like, is this really home? Because it doesn't feel real yet. I feel it's a highly philosophical question, because you can get at it from many different angles, because in one aspect you're referring to home as city, town, street, place, house, where you feel. But then there's the other aspect of what makes you feel at home.
That's it. That's where I'm actually trying to.
Sometimes it's your partner. Sometimes it's a friend. Sometimes it's.
That's where I was trying to get at. Is right. I couldn't answer him where my physical home was, where I felt, but you can ask that same question to me mentally. Do I feel at home being the loud, wacky, crazy character? Do I feel at home being alone by myself and that super dark, depressive version of myself? Do I feel at home year over year?
Which one is it then?
Exactly. That's why I say I think I'm just trying and figure out. I think all of my different movements and running, I think I've been doing that mentally as well, where I've ran away from my emotions so long. Where I've lost touch is what makes me feel me.
Fuck. You've just kind of blew my mind as well, because we were like earlier today we had a lunch and also spoke about passion and the fact that I also asked the same question, and I'm not necessarily going to use the word home.
Yeah.
But the word what makes me happy.
Yeah.
That's tough, because feeling at home and feeling happy is essentially
almost the same.
It's basically the same thing.
Yeah.
It's the same slot in the brain, if you will.
Yeah.
Same here. And right now, I'm just like, fuck, I don't know. Currently, it's just watching that fucking ocean, eh?
But what truly brings you innermost happiness?
Don't know at the moment. That's tough. Right now, I've got things that make me happy.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got a successful design business with amazing people that I love. The friends that I have are outstanding, and I'm very happy to be back with them. But the fact that you're in my life and you are not in the States is actually very fucking great.
Yeah.
Sorry I swear so much, people, but deal with it.
We're sailors.
Yeah, I'm just a sailor. Sailor Jerry over here. But man, it's actually been for a long time I would have said, my ex-partner, and the animals we had, but obviously that's now changed. So it's difficult. I don't know. Because it used to be jiu-jitsu, it used to be art, it used to be music and musical instruments and all these things, but I'm finding it difficult to find the next thing. If that makes any sense. So that makes me feel quite hollow. Now, you see, that's the thing. Like, I feel like I don't have enough hats at the moment.
Wow, what a double-sided spectrum.
I know, and we've noticed that about a few things about ourselves today.
Yeah.
I don't feel I have enough. I feel like I wear 3 hats.
Yeah.
Family hat, friends hat, that can have like sub hats because they're all different. I mean, I'm different with you than I am with Raj, than I am with all the other people. But
you still have a friend hat.
Friend hats, say it that way. Family hat, work hat. But that's it. And there's no after school activity, if you want to put it that way. Extramurals, exactly. There's none of that anymore. You know, a lot of people have a sport. I mean, you know, Stacey, my business partner, she's got a pole and she's really good. She's a teacher now, for goodness sake.
Oh, crazy.
That's mental. I'm so proud of her for that. But she's got that. Jared has, you know, gaming, and you know, he and his tech. Oh my God, he knows everything about tech. Anything. Like he's a fucking genius in that sense. But he's got that. And he loves his 3D and stuff. But at the moment, you know, I've got my design job, which I love. Don't get me wrong, I love it. It's great that I get to be at home and I get to work with awesome people and I get to dictate my own schedule. That's fantastic. But that's the only hat I got when it comes to passion.
Yeah.
There's no passion that brings me to life. Now, I think it's travel. Because I've written it down in my books a lot.
Yeah.
There we go. We talk about traveling. And the reason I say think is because I have done lots of in-country traveling and a little bit of outside country traveling. And that has brought me the most joy in life. By a mile. It's now just about trying to do it again.
Get this tipping scale. Guess how often I've been traveling just in this last... How many kilometers I literally traveled within 6 months.
You moved all your property from Pretoria to Cape Town via a car twice.
Literally within a month, I literally drove down to Pretoria and back now, recently. Traveling is annoying me right now.
How interesting how it's so back and forth, because that's the thing I want to do the most.
And I'm actually thinking towards it a lot, trying to not to travel for at least 6 months.
And here's me, that's all I want. I mean, if you can look at the goals that I've got in this notepad of mine, this book of mine, every single time I kind of dive into myself and I ask, like, what do I really want out of life? Every single thing leans to travel. Travel, see more places, see more things, see more cultures, experience more human beings, wear more hats, pick up more hats, you know, learn how to cook via exotic people, learn about different cultures and different perspectives and seeing world monuments and seeing natural wonders. That's the only thing honestly, if I could make that my career, I'd love it.
Nice.
I've got that level of a passion for it. So this hat concept is interesting. And
I like the metaphor that came from it. And here's the thing. Here's the thing that blew my mind the most, and I couldn't get over it. And that's why we started this podcast with the big impact that we have each other as friends, right? Look how long we've been talking about just this hat metaphor.
Yeah.
If we never went down and just had a chat, something this life-altering that we are now constantly talking about, we actually feel like we need to share this with the world. We would have never made that analogy, and we would have still, when we came back here, where we sit in front of each other right now, would have still believed we were wearing masks the whole time.
And we were the sad emo kids.
And that was our nucleus.
And that's your true self, but it's not.
That is who you are. Simba.
But and that kills you from the inside out if you believe that you are the sad person and that if everything else is just a mask you put on, but you've got to realize.
But get this. That brought me so much joy having that moment. And here we have been trying to find tangible things like traveling or stability or whatever. that moment that I had with my friend down there, I haven't felt joy that vast in an immensely long time.
I saw it on your face.
You know?
I saw it on your face when you were describing everything prior to the epiphany moment. Because you're comfortable to put your face a little down in front of me.
Yeah.
And just rant a bit because, I mean, we are friends. But when I could see that when we spoke about it, I could see literally the firecrackers going in your brain, and your face just went like, "Oh my fuck!"
Yeah,
I've just had this thing, and because we painted it in the form of a metaphor in terms of the hat thing, it's great because now that there's a mental picture in your head, you'll never see it differently, ever.
But here is the thing, right? And this is why I wanted to vocalize this. And don't you think, right? Because we have just believed we are that little emo nucleus, right? And we're in our 30s.
Yeah.
Okay? And
53, my bro.
Don't say it out loud.
Single 33.
We are
more depressing.
We are stop it.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah. We're single ladies.
Still think drugs are cool. No, but what I wanted to say is the value in being able to vocalize and talk. That's why I was saying we're in our 30s and we still believe that was our truest of true. So what I wanted to say is the importance of just talking to absolutely anyone about the deepest, darkest version. You know how honest we were with each other today, and not a lot of people share that immense honesty with other people.
Because it's fearful. People are scared of being judged, and people are scared of, it's difficult because when you have these dark moments, the other person, even though it's the best person listening to you, will never fully get it.
Someone who does empathize and understand.
So that's difficult, and that creates massive fear, and that's why I always say that, especially men, because we've got a stigma towards ourselves that we need to be these hard asses. But what I've learned over the last few years is it takes immense bravery to be able to be vulnerable with someone that that you can share these dark moments with, because via doing so, you are actually facing the storm, going into the storm, with the idea that once you get past the storm, you've now gone through it. You're not carrying that shit with you anymore. You fought and you won. You're actually going into battle by being vulnerable. Doesn't mean you can't be masculine. It just means that it's okay it's necessary in order to grow, to be able to open to a friend like that.
It is literally...
It's vital.
100%. And I hope at least someone is listening right now. Being able to speak to someone out loud about my innermost insecurities and having someone to actually be able to resonate and understand what I am talking about. Having someone like that in your life is your salvation.
It is.
It is 100% your salvation. It has literally changed my life. And it's not something I'm over exaggerating, like this cupcake will change your life.
Let's see that infomercial. Try this new cupcake.
It will change your life.
Wow. All the stock footage of the white people. Oh man. Thumbs up in a row.
With the stock watermark still not even edited out or paid.
Shutterstock.
The Shutterstock watermark still on it.
Some of those awkward pictures like a dog with wings. With thumbs up. You think I'm joking? Go to iStock and type in this cuck. It's amazing.
I know.
Sorry, we got off track there.
But what I'm saying is, what was I saying?
Because now you only have pictures the dog with.
No. Okay, no. What I was saying is, having someone valuable like that and being able to vocalize and understand, because we keep this to ourselves, we bottle it up, and it just festers, it gets worse. So that's what I'm saying is, if you're able to talk about it, listen and understand with someone, and they can do the same, you don't need to tell this to a lot of people. If you just find one person it will literally change your life. And it has saved my life.
Good, man. I'm happy because, my God, the conversations that we've had have saved my life, really. And I think the importance of that basically comes down to a few things. Number one, when you're going through a hard time, the natural human instinct is like, this is happening to me. Why is this happening to me and to no one else? Everyone else looks so happy. Oh my God, I'm completely alone.
Yeah.
When that is, it couldn't be further from the truth, because every single human being feels this. Some a little bit more than others, but every single human being feels this. So that's one.
And here's
hang on. And then number two, sometimes, most times, when you're in that mode and you're trying to work through something difficult that has happened to you, or something that you've caused, or whatever the case may be, 90% of the time, dark emotions are talking to a wall.
Yeah.
And that wall's just bouncing right back, and you're stuck. In actual fact, you're not talking to a wall, you're talking into a corner.
It's like being in an endless loop.
You're talking into a corner, and it's just, all you can see is that fucking wall and that fucking wall, and they're just looking back at you, haunting you. But sometimes, and especially when you're an overthinker. My God, am I an overthinker? Like, I'm champion of it. John Cena music entrance, overthinker.
Overthinking.
Dr. Thugonomics, but sometimes you just require one other human being to just tap you on the shoulder, spin you around, and just give you a bit of perspective.
Yeah.
Because sometimes often, I find that 80% of the time when you're stuck in one of those loops, it just requires one person to go, oh, but what about this? And that fucking changes your entire perspective on the entire topic.
I think that is the main theme in any of one of our discussions, and that's like, we get different perspectives from each other, and that literally changes the way you talk to yourself in that corner.
Yeah. Well, that's it turns you around to see the rest of the room.
I literally told my friend Kate today, we went shopping for her apartment that she just bought.
An apartment.
Why
did we go?
I'm working here.
We went from Australia to New York.
I don't even know is this how I talk?
Is this how I talk? Now I'm busting.
Is this how... No, from an apartment. No.
Apartment.
Stop it. Anyway.
From Boston.
Apartment.
You know Mark Wahlberg?
I'm whacking. Have you seen that one where Andy Samberg pretends to be Mark Wahlberg to say hello to animals?
No.
Anyway. So I literally told her today, don't put your welcome mat welcoming yourself into your house. You need to turn your welcome mat around. You need to welcome yourself into the world.
Jesus Christ. That's quite profound.
You don't need to welcome yourself back into your house. It's your house. Yeah. You live there.
It's where you should, man.
Exactly. Welcome yourself into the world. When you open up your door in the morning, you want to look down and see. You want to see welcome. You don't want to see. You want to see welcome and look up, and it's a brand new day.
That's a good way to see it.
No, that's a stupid thing like perspective. You've been walking in. We all have got welcome mats. All of us.
Yeah.
Metaphorically speaking, now we all got welcome mats, and we welcome ourselves back into your house.
Oh, I got the best one for my sister. It was a Capsule Corporation one.
Oh yeah.
Oh, very cool.
But now, just change the perspective. Literally, just turn that welcome mat around and welcome yourself back into the world. Perspective. Yeah. It's that little small thing of perspective.
There's that line from that fucking kick-ass show that they made, Cobra Kai.
Oh yeah.
I love Cobra Kai. It is so good. Because we both Kyle and I, when we were kids, we were part of martial art clubs, and we got ourselves to black belts. We fully understand the martial art theme and all the. Not to mention, we're kids of the 90s, and Karate Kid was like our everything at a point.
Exactly.
Everything. I mastered that kick. I can solidly do it.
What, the crane kick?
It's so easy.
The crane kick.
Yeah, it's not a difficult technique. It just looks pretty.
I just feel like I can't wash a car without thinking about wax on, wax off.
Yeah, same. I'm 33.
And I'm still thinking, first thing I grab when I wash a car, wax on, wax off.
Exactly. But what I was aiming at is there was one scene in the show. Now, spoiler alert, there's a kid that's in it, that's got like, what do you call it?
A cleft palate.
A cleft palate, thank you. I want to go somewhere else with that word.
He's got a lip.
But they call him Lip. In actual fact, they tease him and they call him Lip, but he's this nerdy, like, introverted kid. And, the Cobra Kai sensei, Johnny, basically says to him the words, and I've got this tattooed on my mind now. Flip the script.
Yeah.
Flip the script. And that blew my mind. In actual fact, one of my biggest turnarounds in this bloody mess that I've gone through was exactly those words. And it also reminded me of when we were talking about perspective on things like, I feel so sorry for myself, person left me, flip the script.
Yeah, do you want to stay in this chapter for the rest of your life? Or want to flip the script and go to chapter 2?
How about open the sliding doors and look at the sunset and appreciate that? For goodness sakes, that kind of thing, or all these kinds of things.
Appreciate the sunset, you motherfucker.
Yeah, it's pretty, motherfucker. Yeah, no, damn, the sunsets that we get here in Cape Town, especially here in Bloemfontein, is mind-boggling.
I just want to ask you something personal quickly.
Always.
If you sit in your darkest of darkest, and you feel
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or in my bed.
If you feel what you feel, I've been to a point where I would literally wake up in that point and I would feel like 5 days has gone by. The frustration of, because of this choice that I've made, I've lost 5 days of my life, my whole entire life. It's gone. It's done. Nothing to show for it. I mean...
So what is your question then there?
I mean, have you found yourself in situations like that? And how do you feel, you get yourself out from that type of darkness? How do you... I literally feel like, if I don't... It brings me back to that overselling, I have the capability of being able to push myself to a point and oversell myself and be able to function in society without someone actually suspecting anything. It might not be that easy for everyone to just get out of it.
It's difficult, man. I can tell you one thing. When you're in that mode, pulling yourself out is excruciating. Because, because pulling yourself out of those modes requires you to accept the sad parts. The things that put you there. That's hard. But so because I am a fighter, the jiu-jitsu fighter, martial artist, and I consider myself a strong human being, I don't allow myself to lie down, metaphorically and physically, too long. Some moments, just to paint the picture, like if I'm really, because I've had dark moments in the last few months.
Yeah.
Just perspective for the listeners, I went through a breakup, and it was a long relationship, half a decade. There were animals involved, there was a family involved. So, I mean, most of us have gone through this shitty thing called breakup.
Yeah.
But it was really tough. It was really, really tough. Still continues to be. Yeah. It always will be. But now when I found myself on the couch or on the bed or somewhere where the sadness of the situation is just so crippling and overwhelming.
Yeah.
You physically cannot get up and do anything. I've been on that couch. There was a weekend, or let's call it 3 days. Yeah, 3 days, where I would be in the corner of the couch and I would just be mindlessly scrolling through just my apps, not particularly looking for anything, and
just opening the same 4 apps
because it's the only physically functioning thing that I was capable of
It's
doing.
being able to roll your thumb.
Is just roll my thumb back and forth.
Yeah.
That's it. But I can tell you one thing, having a job where I am my own boss, where I can, if I feel like I need half a day to just lie there and be fucked up about life and trying to recover, having the ability to take time off, but at the same time, because it is my business, have the thing that pulls me out of it, keeps me strong. For example, there was a Monday and a Tuesday. Often it's Monday, Tuesday. It's weird why those are the days when it's the worst. But there's been a Monday or a Tuesday where on the Monday I wake up and then I've either seen something on social or something has put a reminder in me, or I just feel dark or whatever. Knowing that if I don't do my actual job, that I'm going to add to that depression by not having the money that I need, that drives me to get my shit together and push me through it. It's that sense of fear of, if I don't do the right things now to pull myself out of this darkness, not only am I going to stay there, I'm going to add to it.
Yeah.
And the harsh reality of it is, if I add to it, it's no one else's fault.
Here's the thing.
It's my fault.
Here's exactly that thing.
Yeah.
It may sound quite brave of me to actually be able to pull myself and function, oversell and go back. But it's almost like drinking for me. You know, imagine I'm having a shitty time, I go out drinking and I come back home, I wake up with a hangover. That's how it feels to me by, lying on the couch, exactly doing that.
Yeah.
I need to go to the shops and then I walk around. You know what's really bad, Anthony? Sometimes I would go to the shop just to buy milk. Right? And then I would go somewhere like a mall or whatever, and I would walk around the mall, the whole entire mall. I would walk around it just to see different places, different shops, different people, walk around the entire mall, buy a milk. And this would probably take 2 hours of my time, you know? And it's not like I go shopping. I would go to a big mall. Last week I went to Tiger Valley Mall. And I walked all 3 of the levels. And I just bought milk and I climbed in my car and I went home. When I got home, it felt like I was having an emotional hangover. But I also felt like I needed to get out my fucking little hole and just be around different people, be in society for at least an hour or 2. I don't even have to buy something. Just go out and try and look like a normal human being and go home.
Dude, I mean, flip the script. That is medicine. Doing that is medicine. That's if you realize that sitting at home and feeling sorry for yourself is the thing that you need to, is the disease, you've already figured out a medicine to make it feel better.
Yeah.
And it's a healthy one at that.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people will use drugs and drinking and substance abuse and all the negative things that produce that dopamine to make you feel better.
Yeah.
You've found a healthy medicine and antidote to it. That's good.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. You're not escaping yourself. You realize what you need.
Yeah.
Same with me with my work.
Yeah.
It's my antidote to my because if I'm focusing on my work and what really matters in 5, 10, 20 years from now, it pulls me out of that dark spot.
Yeah.
And one thing that I can recommend to people, and it's so difficult to do this because not everyone understands this concept. You need to be able to analyze the only reason why I say that is because most people don't think scientifically.
Yeah.
No, I'm not a freaking scientist.
But
what I'm trying to say is you need to be able to view yourself from third person point of view.
Yeah.
As if you're a person and your ups and your downs are the things that you're analyzing. Like, for example, this is my biggest example. I'll feel really depressed on a day. And I'll think to myself, okay, I'm so sad. I'm sad, I'm feeling cuck. I need to think about this stuff. This shit hurts. But I also need to work. And I need to make my money. And I need to do this and I need to that. I also need to shower. I need to make food, etc., etc. I then, as the third person, go, okay, you're really depressed today. Spend the next 3 hours feeling depressed. Lie on the couch, cry, watch a sad music video. Welcome it.
Yeah.
But then after those 3 hours are done, you're going to get your ass up off the couch. You're going to come sit at your desk and you're going to work for 2 hours.
Mm.
And you're going to do 2 hours worth of work.
Gotcha.
After that, then you can switch that off again. Go back to the couch and cry for another hour.
Then the work is done and you're back where you were and you can explore that.
Depression and heartbreak and all these like ugly things causes delays in your work. But the thing is, like, what I've found is that unfortunately, when it comes to dark moments and disappointment in life and the harsh life lessons, you cannot just skip them. You have to go through it. Like the storm, you've got to go through it. You can't just avoid it. Because just avoiding it is going to fester and it's going to stay there. And I promise you, people carry hurt and traumas for their whole lives. I have traumas that I still carry that I haven't completely gotten over. But you have to go through those depression states. It's not only a psychological thing, it's a biological thing. Because when you're going through a heartbreak of a person or a dream or something that you like, we've both gone through heartbreak this year. I lost a partner, you lost a dream that you had. It's both loss.
Ouch. That really sounds intense. Losing a dream.
But that's what it is.
Yeah. I've never thought of it like that.
It's just as heartbreaking as losing a person. Because here's what it does to us. Now remove the psychological aspect of it. Your brain is addicted to the concept of that person, situation, dream, etc., etc.
Yeah.
You're addicted to it. Every time you think of that person or think of that dream, dopamine in your mind. See the face of the person, dopamine. Stalk the profile, dopamine.
Yeah.
Every time. And then when that person or situation is forcefully removed from your life, just like if you're a drug addict, when you're on, let's say, heroin, and that shit gets removed from your life instantly, what happens?
Yeah.
Your body, not your mind, your body goes through withdrawals.
Yeah.
And if anyone has done any form of drugs ever, understands that withdrawals and come downs and these kinds of things, that messes you up.
Yeah.
But what I've learned the hard way this year is that removing an individual or individuals from your life is just like removing a drug out of your life.
Yeah.
You're gonna go through withdrawals.
Or any form of dopamine.
Any form of dopamine. It could be anything from drinking to pornography to anything.
Yeah.
Anything, good or bad.
Gotcha.
Coffee is overworking. Anything.
Anything
in your mind.
Anything that causes you those.
A song, a concert. It doesn't matter. But the only way I find to truly get to a point of happiness and acceptance, not necessarily happiness is the wrong word. Acceptance is an important word there. Because when you lose someone, you lose a dream, you lose a partner or whatever the case may be, a pet or whatever the case may be, you want to try and get to the point of acceptance as fast as possible. Because you can't change it.
That is the key word.
Yes.
Acceptance.
That's the difficult part.
Yeah.
Because you can control, you can sort of control, not fully,
no.
But you can be the biggest monk in the world. Like you can only sort of control your little piece of grey matter that you have in your skull.
But like you said,
and
the body takes care of the rest.
Well, and you can take care of your little meat suit that you've got here, your little avatar you've got.
Yeah.
But life's cruel, man. Life doesn't give a shit, and you're just one little character in this vast universe of random events. And unfortunately, sometimes life gives you a left fucking Conor McGregor smack.
Yeah.
And you didn't see it coming.
And that is why you give yourself that time.
Yes. Because I realized that in order for me to get to the end goal, which is acceptance, I have to process all those emotions.
It's like, imagine seeing your depression has dishes in your sink.
Yeah.
And you only got a certain amount of dishes in your closet, right? And every single time you are emotionally there for someone, you use a dish, and then for every single dish you were over, like there for someone, or in public, or happy, or you had that dopamine, you've made a depressing dish as well that needs to be washed.
Yeah.
Right? So by that one action is the equal and opposite reaction.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So now a lot of people avoid their dishes.
What?
And when you are emotionally so drained, and all you want to do is eat, and you haven't washed your dishes,
that's a good metaphor.
you have to wash literally all of those dishes at once. What you're saying indirectly is, give yourself that time before I eat again, even though I've got more dishes in the closet. Before I eat again, let me just wash this one. Have my depressing day or my couple of hours. Let me just wash this dish, get it over. It's not going to be nice. I just had a lot of greasy stuff. I need to scrub that pan. I need to scrub that pot. But if I want to eat again anytime soon, it's anyway going to have to happen. So let me deal with it now.
Yeah.
Instead of being at a point where I am so emotionally drained and I have to walk into an emotional heap of dishes, right? So, and that's what I'm saying is, what we don't realize, that dopamine fix that we're getting, that fleeting feeling, or that emotional time you spend with people out there, you are creating that depressional dish along with it.
Yeah.
And and it's not something that no one wants to do it. No one wants to spend time doing it.
But you have to.
Right? And that is why we avoid doing it. Like, no, I don't want to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's that there's a Rick and Morty episode where the one psychologist that has their family psychologist, I don't know if you remember that episode, where she talks about, like cleaning and maintaining ain't fun.
Yeah.
It's just work. You got to do it. And I don't know if you're the same kind of human being, but I mean, obviously listeners can't see it, but I'm very OCD in my house here. Like, I'm clean as hell. The way this house looks is a direct link to how I feel. If you see, like, for example, the worst moments, here's what my worst moments look like.
Yeah.
Physically, in this environment. If I'm on the couch in the corner, I'm in clothes that I have been wearing for 3 days. Usually this.
Yeah.
Coffee stains and just beard unclean and shit. There's usually like 3 to 4 versions of like takeaway packets just lying
boxes
there.
And stuff,
And the dishes, like it's amazing you spoke about the dishes. Every pot and pan that I could possibly use is just on the counter. It's just there.
Yeah.
My bin is so full that I took the bag out and just added more in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. My bed is never made.
Yeah.
It's just because I'm by the beach, is sand.
We actually talked about this in our previous podcast, how your living space is a reflection of your inner mind. And I think exactly that, just summing that up is, that maintenance. The more you deal with that maintenance, the more you deal with your anxiety, your depression and everything, the more you do maintenance in your head, whether it is alone or with someone, you're going to have a much more approachable place to stay in, even if it's your mind.
And your mind is your everything.
Exactly.
My favorite version of this metaphor is the one that we spoke about, is your head garden. Your mind is a garden. And the one monk that I saw on YouTube, he's such a powerful individual. Like, he spoke about that, exactly that.
Yeah.
Like, your mind is a garden. Sometimes it has beautiful roses. You just want to smell them. Made your day.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's a beautiful bird and you're like, man, what an amazing form of life form that is. It can fly, for God's sake.
Yeah.
It can go up really high.
Creature with the ability of flight.
And in actual fact, that's what it is. Look at that beauty. But sometimes there's a big old Rottweiler turd and that dog has diarrhea.
Yeah.
And guess what?
Yeah. You have to
can't just let it lie there. You gotta pick that shit up.
Yeah. Pick that shit up.
And here's the part.
Yeah.
Sometimes there just happens to be no gloves available that day.
And you have to pick it up.
And you gotta pick it up.
No.
Hands and fingers.
Sometimes you stepped in it.
Yeah.
So your shoes all over it and you need to clean it up and you've got no gloves.
Sometimes you slip in it.
Sometimes you gotta make some love.
absolute stepbrothers. You're gonna come lick this talk shit.
Yeah.
But yes, that was was one of my favorite metaphors, because that's what it is, man. And sometimes you come to your garden and you realize that your rose bush has died, and you're like, shit, man.
You can forever stay and look at it, or you can just plant a new one.
That's the thing. Like, this was my favorite rose bush.
And then eventually that rose bush isn't even there. And you're like, this is where my favorite rose bush used to be.
Yeah. And eventually you don't even think about the rose bush.
Are you going to plant something new? Yeah. Or are you just going to let the memory linger there?
Yeah. You look at this vast garden, and then there in the corner,
it's like this,
or in actual fact,
hole of death.
Just this symbol of death. Yeah, and yeah, man.
It's a cool band name, Hole of Death.
Hole of Death. Hole of Death.
Hi, we're a Hole of Death.
It's probably the W somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, hole.
Yeah. Fuck's sakes. Yeah.
So,
but the head garden, the hat metaphor. I mean, we really got to a point today, and the thing is, like, trying to translate the hat metaphor to the garden metaphor is that it's exactly that. It's like, sometimes you have, when you're the gardener, because you're the gardener.
You are the gardener.
You are the gardener.
You're groundskeeper Willie.
Smelling the roses is one thing.
Yeah.
Picking up the shit is another. But both are important to appreciate a garden.
Yeah. You don't want to eventually have shit everywhere and not make it to the roses.
Exactly. And remember that when you're picking up the shit, which is something that we do when we're depressed, that's not who you are. You're the gardener. You just happen to be going through a mode where you're picking up the shit and you're like, fuck.
You can always just wash your hands.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But sometimes going through picking up that shit is difficult, but you have to. And that's okay, because that's part of life. And like we said earlier before, I would rather be that gardener that experiences a new day in that garden every day.
Yeah.
The vast ups and the vast
just
downs.
Avoid my garden for the rest of the life.
Well, then just sit and sit in the middle of the garden with your PSP.
Or never be a person who
Does
ever
that
goes...
sound like, does that make us sound like millennials?
Wow.
PSP.
Oh, with your Nokia 3310 and send some SMSs outside.
What do you mean, my razor? My flip razor?
Or you're going to be that kid who just sits outside there all day on your D900 and just mix it all day.
BRB dog shit.
Yeah. LOL.
Yeah.
No, Anthony, I just wanted to round this up.
Yeah.
Right? I just wanted to say thank you for coming up aboard again. I really appreciate it. I think the value that I wanted to project to everybody over here was, and which, thank you very much for opening up to me as well. But
always.
I just want everybody to know you are not alone. In whatever you feel, whatever you do, you may think like you're the only one that's happened. Like Anthony literally broke my brain today. I told him literally this afternoon, how I feel like when I am alone, and he literally showed me his own personal diary, and I could see that's exactly how I feel. So, I mean, if you're able to talk to someone, whether it is and they can understand, or even just listen to this podcast and it makes you feel something, just all I want to say in closing before I go, you are not alone.
And that's very important, because when you don't feel alone, you feel that you can get through it because people do, and people love you.
Exactly.
And it's part of the human experience, and that's okay. It's okay. And
that's
you will
the
be
thing,
okay.
yeah.
And you will be okay. And you know, just to say before I say goodbye, I've got a tattooed on my arm, my dad's favorite saying, and people have heard it before. This too shall pass. Having a great day, wonderful. This too shall pass. Having the darkest moments of your life, it's terrible, but this too shall pass.
Before you go, this is probably one of the coolest things I wanted you to. I don't know if we're able to talk about this metaphor, but the curtains.
Oh yeah, the curtains.
Dude, you blew my the fucking curtains, everyone.
So my dad had an expression, stadig. He was yelling it at me because I used to run in the house and be over dramatic and break stuff. So he always yelled at me like stadig.
Yeah.
It was a profanity before or after, but stadig was the word. And, you know, what I find is so vital with life, and funny enough, this was my old instructor that taught me this, that when you look at a curtain, for example, and you've got it railed up to
all the way to the side.
all the way to the side, and it's in its smallest state. And this is a metaphor for you going through life without concentrating on life and taking life way too fast and way too serious and way too this. You go from the one end of the curtain very quickly to the other side.
Yeah.
Very quickly, and you miss everything.
Yeah.
But when you pull the curtain out and you take life a little bit slower and you just appreciate every single tiny thing, whether it's the smile of a person that someone gave you, whether it's a happy thought, whether it's a dark thought. When you pull the curtain out, those bumps that it makes, the up and downs, the creases. Thank you. I was looking for the word in my head.
Yeah.
Those ups and downs represent life. But if you take life slowly and you pull that curtain
those
out,
ups and downs aren't as heavy.
Not just that.
That blew me. Yeah.
Not just that. Is that you see everything.
Yeah.
You've experienced.
You can see the ups and the downs all in one go.
You've experienced the entire wholeness of your life.
I like that because it doesn't look like chasms.
Exactly.
You can actually see the downs and the ups, and you spread them out evenly.
Exactly.
You know, it's not just one chasm.
Exactly.
Like a seesaw. You know.
Exactly. And also, like what we said there, those canyons, let's put it that way, aren't as heavy when you take things slow.
Yeah.
Because if I feel a horrible emotion and I just go, tomorrow, that tomorrow will never come.
No, deal with it now.
And I will bring that into my next relationships. I will bring that into my friendships. I will bring that dead rose bush will be in my garden forever. Forever. I'm not saying there won't be pieces of it.
The whole of death.
The whole of death. But the curtain thing was powerful for me because, you know, the taking life slower and actually appreciating every plus not only that.
Yeah.
Curtains often have very pretty patterns.
Yeah.
Imagine
you won't see them.
You won't see them. Imagine
Wow.
that. Imagine going through life and all you've seen is just the rippled version, the bunched up version of your curtain. Most people do. Just go through life 9 to 5. Don't think about things. Let things go. Don't take any risks.
And you really buy a curtain because of the pattern.
Yeah.
People don't go buy a curtain. It's like, you know what? I wonder what this curtain looks like creased up in the corner.
And that's what it's going to be forever.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Anthony, I just want to thank you again for coming on board.
It's always a pleasure. This is always fun to talk, and this is how Kyle and I are when we're real. This is who we are, and it's. I think it's important to have people understand when it's okay to talk about these things because it's necessary. It makes you a stronger person.
And I just think it's really important for me to be able to show people like this is. But people know us together also as friends, right? And people always know us as very rambunctious, crazy individuals. But this is actually what our friendship is like.
Yeah.
You know, and I would like to thank you for being a part of my life and keep helping me tag teaming through this, you know, as a fellow black belt. High five.
Great. Yeah. Thank you, Carl. Much appreciated.
Be happy, be inspired.